Hi everyone. In this episode, we are going to be doing the step-by-step application. Previously, in the last episode, we spoke about the documents that you need and we had to explain why and how you're going to get them. So if you did not watch that episode, you can go back and then watch it. Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. We are going to be doing the application with Hull University. Okay. So I chose the University of Hull because it's a well-known school, and also some of their fees are quite reasonable, especially if you know the course that you want to apply for and realize that this is something that you can really afford. Coming to Hull is one of the best options. I personally schooled at the University of Law and it is not bad at all. I feel like University of Law's procedure or the process of doing the application is quite simple as well. All right, so let's proceed by focusing on the main application process. Now, when you get to the Hull University website, all that you're going to see is these informations. Okay, all that you need to do is to flip down until you get to the point where you need. If you are looking forward to study an undergraduate course in the UK, you are going to have to do the undergraduate. That is when you have completed your SHS and you haven't continued and you want to do an undergraduate course, you choose that. You can also choose the postgraduate thoughts. You can choose the postgraduate research. You can also go in for the PhD scholarships. All right, so we are going to dive straight into the postgraduate thoughts. All right, when you click on the postgraduate thought, this is how it looks like. I am sharing my screen, so it makes it very easy for you to know. Okay, so you see all courses, especially if you do not know the kind of course that you want to go in for. The easiest and the fastest way to get yourself one is to go through the courses to see which one resonates with you or which one really helps you understand or takes you to your career path. All right, so we have a lot of courses here. We have MSc Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, Artificial Intelligence for businesses, engineering, and the law. We have MSc Business Management. So you can literally choose from any of them. Okay, let's assume we are going to be going in for the MSc Business Management. Now, with regards to the MSc Business Management, they are open to UK applicants. If you're in the UK, if you're a resident of the UK, you can apply. If you are an international student from Ghana, Nigeria, Algeria, Sierra Leone, India, Asia, Pakistan, wherever in Africa, wherever in the Caribbean, everywhere you are, you can do the application. All right. Now, with this particular course, it is a 1 year full time. You can choose like different ways. Like, let's say if you are an applicant from the UK, most definitely you can decide to do part time. But if you are an applicant from like if you're an international student, sometimes choosing the part time is not really ideal. So you have to go in for the full time because you are here to study. Clark it. Yeah, and now they do have the September intake and the January intake. Okay, you can decide to choose the September if you really want ample time to help you prepare very well before you come to the UK. And yeah, you choose it and you apply. So let's say you have chosen the September. Now you apply. You can take a virtual tour. You can look at the postgraduate events that they have available, and you can also just click on apply now. But even before we click on the apply now, let us go through what they have. Okay, so this school in particular, it has been accredited with AMBA and AACSB, and their course, that is the business management program, equips you with the necessary tools and knowledge to excel in today's dynamic and interconnected business landscape, while also preparing you for the challenges of tomorrow. You can decide to read through it. They have the model types, they have the number of credits, then that is how it goes. Okay, great. And when you have time, you can just go through it and see how much it costs. The Hull University MSc Business Management costs around £16,000, which is quite okay. Yeah, but some schools also offer lesser than that, and other schools also offer much more higher than that. So the application process, you can start by clicking. You see what I clicked? All right, so you click on the start application. Okay, you click on the start your application. You can create a new account if you do not have access to any of the portals. All right, if you've never registered with Hull University for applications, you can create a new account. But if you have already registered with them, it is as easy as that. You just have to go into the application login, put in your details, and then you click login, and that will be all. So let's assume we are all new, and then we are all going to start by doing a new application. Now you create a new account, it brings you here. All right, so you put in your details. In your email address. When you're putting your email address, make sure that it is one that you always have access to, and then it is another that if the school wants to reach out to you, they'll find it very easy to like reach out to. Do you get it? All right, so sometimes our emails depicts who we are. You can't be using the real nigga at gmail.com. At least it has to be official. At least it has to be professional. If possible, you can create a new email account just for the purposes of school applications and work purposes. Now let's proceed. Okay, so with regards to the application, okay, this is where you're going to see. You're going to see personal details. You're going to see passport and immigration, agent, contact details, qualifications, experience, personal statements, funding, other information, and submission. All right. Now going on to the first one, that is, you can start by clicking the continue application. These are the informations I used. All right, so this is it, the application checklist. You need to fill in all of these. Okay, yes, so now let's proceed. With the personal details, you put in your details there, your gender, whether you're a girl or a boy, your nationality, whether you're from Nigeria or Sudan, Togolese, you can still use any of them. If you have a dual nationality, you provide both. All right. The country of residence, we have some people that are already outside their country. Let's say a lot of people are in Dubai, and maybe they actually come from Ghana. All right, so when you are filling in the details, you put in your legal nationality as a Ghanaian. Okay, and then your country of birth. Someone was not born in Ghana, but then the person is Ghanaian. It depends. So your country of birth could still be Ghana. Okay, so let's put the Ghana there, and then when you are putting in where you stay, that is your country of residence. That is going to be the Dubai. Have you previously applied or studied at the University of Hull? Your answer is going to be no. But if you have, then that means it's going to be yes. So that's how it just works. Okay, when you're done with that part, because I already went through the process to see how it looks like, that is why the agent part has been ticked, because that is it's just a simple question and answer that you need to fill, and that is okay. So are you completing this with the assistance of an agent? You just have to put like no, because you are doing your own personal application. Okay, and the passport and the immigration, I don't think I put anything there. Do you require a visa to study? Most definitely. You are coming from outside UK, so you definitely need a visa. There are some countries that you do not need to apply for visa before you come to the UK, but most of the countries we do know, and we are so much aware that you need to have a visa before you get to this place, and your immigration status has to be written down there. Good. The contact details, how they should contact you, is just a way of them knowing how to reach out to you when they need you. So you have put in your country address, your contact number, your email address, and we call something correspondence address. Okay, sometimes let's go see the meaning of what correspondence address is. Correspondence address is an official location for receiving mail and legal notices, which is not necessarily where a person actually lives or operates. Okay, sometimes you might be living in, let's say, Kumasi, but then your correspondence address could be in Accra. You might be living in, let's say, Nigeria. Your correspondence address may be outside of Nigeria. Like, it's where you really want your document to go. It is as simple as that. Okay, now your qualifications are what they are looking out for. When it comes to this website or this page, they need to see your highest qualifications, where you have gone to school, the establishment of the location, what you studied, the country you studied in, and a whole lot more. Whether I was distance learning, whether I was full-time, whether I was part-time, whether you have completed, whether you're still studying or something. I just want to know all of that. And then when it comes to the English language requirements, most of the universities accept WAEC. Now, the English language requirements, they only need your WASI, they need your English language. They just want to know whether you are good. Now, all that you also need to know is that it depends on your year of completion. So sometimes some schools accept up to 5 years, other schools accept up to 10 years. So it depends on the particular school and the kind of course or the grades they are looking for. Some people might accept C6, others might not accept C6 at all. They will be willing to give you the benefits of the doubt for C4, C5, but for C6, they cannot compromise it at all. So let's check whether Hull University does accept WASI. And they do. Yes, so they do. You could just put in your WASI there and it's going to be sorted for you. Now, this is the tricky part, all right? Most people, they get confused as to the exact kind of document they're supposed to need and whether they need only the WASI or other documents as well, all right? That is why I personally created a company that helps students with their application processes. But then for now, let me teach you exactly how you're going to do it by yourself, even without my assistance, okay? But then at any point in time, if you are stuck at any point, you could definitely reach out to me, and that is the email address you are seeing on the screen, and we will take it from there. Okay, so let's proceed. Yeah, so you put in all your details there, and then you have to write your personal statements. So all schools have a different way of submitting your personal statements. Others want you to put them in these boxes as to the topics, other universities will also want you to put them all together. It depends on the kind of university, and it depends on what they are looking out to get. Now, when it comes to the funding, they need you to be very, very specific about how you're going to pay your fees, all right? So if you're going to be granted like funding, you need to explain to them how. You need to show evidence. If you are going to be paid, if you have a Commonwealth scholarship, that will be visible to them. If you have an apprenticeship funding, if you have like your sponsor, if you're having a sponsor, it is also going to be visible. And if you are doing like a self sponsorship, it is also going to be applicable. You just have to put in your details there. And after everything is done, you will realize that everything will take green as the agent's part. Okay, now any other information regarding the things that were not mentioned that has got to do with disability, that has got to do with your ethnicity, you could pop it in there, then you proceed. Okay, so you save and continue, and you would wait. After you're done with everything, you submit it. Yeah, you would submit it. Let's see how the submission part looks like. Okay. This is basically like the submission part is just for you to have a declaration that you as the individual put in all the information and then they are true, and it is actually something that you are really aware of. All right, so you take in all the boxes, you can preview it. If not, you can just submit your application, and this is the fun part. You are done. So you can even use like about a day to do about 2 or 3 applications depending on the schools and the courses that you have found. So when you watch the second episode, you realize that after you've gotten all the information that you need, it becomes very easy and simple for you to go on with the next process. That is basically everything that I need to know with regards to the whole university application. Okay, you can use that same procedure to do other applications as well. My name is Ajachua, and I will see you in my next video. I hope this video was helpful. If it was helpful, make sure you are sharing it to your friends, and then also make sure you are favoriting it, downloading it, subscribing, and following for more. I'll see you in my next video. Au revoir.